Solid bases. Suppose I'll better pay a visit to the grand geek across the hall. I hate that smug bastard. He rules over that filthy computer lab like a cockroach on a mouldy bagel. Solid base. Detective Inspector? Hey, can I ask you something? No, you cannot have my password to Adult Flirt Ground. What exactly do you do here again? I make covert and high-tech spy gadgets for the elite Kung Fu fighting force that is the Clappers Reek Police Service. Elite Kung Fu fighting force? On Tuesdays I'm a Viking. Thought you might like a bit of a challenge. Challenge? Please. All right, let's see what you've got. Where'd you get this? Crime scene. Oh, I thought this might have been your personal laptop, which you shot after all your crops died on Farmville. What's Farmville? Here we go. Major corrupto, obviously, given the state, but still a few blocks snaggable with a wee bit of intel. What are you doing? If I attempt to explain it to you, what are the chances you'll comprehend? About the same as speaking Portuguese to a Chelsea band. Yep, okay. Few nuggets of infotainment just floated to the top. 1. All the personal data's been corrupted. I've got no names, addresses, phone numbers, accounts, nothing. Probably stored on a bit of the laptop that got shot. Yes, it was probably stored on the bit of the laptop that got shot. 2. In what little data that is on here, there's a number of references to the Clappers Reek Police Service. It's got CWPS all over the place. Weird. I concur. I'll keep poking at it, see if it leads anywhere. 3rd, I was able to run a trace on the guy's IP. IP? Oh, Internet Protocol Address. Lost. Everyone who uses the internet is assigned an IP address. I've got his. What good is that? Well, in the time it took me to say I've got his, I hacked into all the ISPs in the city and tracked his virtual IP address to a physical address. Does it have a door? One that a real policeman like me can knock on and collect answers? And in the time it took you to ask such a dumb question, I already transferred the coordinates to your GPS. My GP what? Google it. You can keep that. Already did. What do you really do here? Tracking, hacking, phone traces, data processing. Basically, it's got a port. I've got something to stick into it. I used to be like you. Young? Maybe I'll go back talk to Gloria. I'll feel more intelligent round her. What's the matter? Too smart in here for you? No, it's probably just because she's a woman. How's the building history coming along, Lambert?
Well, so far, I've made a list of all the things I need to find.
What's the list?
It says History of Building at the top.
Find anything useful?
Yeah, the keys to Wadsworth Datsun.
He sold that for scrap 11 years ago.
Oh, still, I'm sure he'd be glad to get them back.
What have you learned from City Records?
I think the file clerk may have a learning disorder.
How's the building history coming along, Lambert?
Well, so far, I've made a list of all the things I need to find.
What's the list?
It says History of Building.
This case is grinding me down.
Whenever I'm down in the dumps, I go out and buy myself a new tie.
I've always wondered where you got so many. I'm getting nowhere.
Hey, me too. We could go there together.
Might as well, since you already know the way. I need a stiff drink.
Gloria's working on one right now.
Really?
Oh, wait, stiff drink. I thought you just said stiff.
As much as I loathe asking your opinion, I could use your help with this case.
Really, boss? Wow, I love to help. What's the problem?
I've got nowhere with this hard drive, Lee.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Have you shown it to anyone?
Well, you.
I mean someone clever.
Oh, no then. Never mind, I'll work it out. Doreen's nail bar and army surplus. Beauty products and guns. I just sprained me brain thinking about it. And while we're at it, who are these clowns? Drip for Dush. Catchy. Oh, someone give that guy a Nutri-Bar. Hot diggity, you're pale. Did you forget to remove your shirt before adding the bleach?
Been sitting on this plastic chair all day, hooked up, waiting for my art to pump some blood into my arm to earn a bit of hard cash.
And I thought my day was crap. How long have you been sitting here?
Almost an hour.
And the bag's only a quarter full.
I'm on to my 5th bag.
I brought bodies to the morgue that were fresher than you.
Hey, you seem like a nice guy. Think you could help me out a bit?
I know I'm gonna regret this, but how?
Just a pint or two, just to get me through to the end of the week.
Are we talking lager here?
No, blood, please. Just enough to fill this bag, then I can stop at the chippy on the way home.
Your kids need a father more than they need chips.
They'll manage.
I don't give blood. I usually spill other people's if they start to get on my wick.
Go on, give me a drop. As a freebie, I'll throw in the office stationery. How'd you like a box of only 1 year out-of-date wall planners?
I'll pass.
Or I'll hit you up with a couple of packets of US letter printer paper.
Blasphemy. Good old British A4 is all I'll ever use. Same printer paper as the Queen of England herself. Are you seriously asking me for blood? What's in it for me?
Oh, come on, I'm not a bad man. Help me out. If I was in your place, I'd do anything to help a friend in need. Give you the shirt off me back, I would.
He would, you know. Nice guy, that Barry.
Oh, don't mention it, Ted.
So, what brings you to the Drip for Dush?
You would not believe how much the demand for door-to-door office supplies has plummeted.
I blame the internet. But then I blame the internet for just about everything.
I've turned to selling my own rapidly diminishing blood. If I don't, my wife will be forced to shop at Lidl.
Look, I've already established you're a loser. There's no need to give me the backstory to prove it. How's the door-to-door game these days?
Oh, are you interested in buying? I've still got loads of top-notch stock remaining. You look like a man who's into his arts and crafts. How about a nice craft pack for those rainy days alone?
Arts and what? I'm a man's man, you pansy arse.
It includes a nice set of coloured pipe cleaners, a pair of left-handed safety scissors and some sequins.
Well, sounds like a dandy night in. I don't have much need for office supplies in my line of work.
How about a multi-pack of 500 white sticky labels? A pack of still-working highlighter pens? I can hook you up with a human-sized laminating machine. Please, anything.
Look, would you stop trying to sell me office supplies? I'm never in my office, and when I am, it's only to refill my glass from the various beverages stored in my credenza.
Could I interest you in a new credenza?
No. It's been real. Oh, still yourself. Who knows what's in there?
Then, shock horror, the Bags and Beyond sales assistant lifts the last Gigi Logie out of the window and sells it. No. I knew, I practically died right there. What did you do? Well, what any girl would, of course. I waited patiently for the cow to exit the shop and I shot her in a fat leg. You didn't. I did her a favour. She would have been the Queen of Ming with that handbag and her permatan. What did you use, the semi-auto? Yup, good old dependable semi. You're absolutely right. Very practical. I can tell you now, it'll come in super handy when sale season rolls round. Welcome to Doreen's Nail Bar and Army Surplus, Clapper's Rig's foremost destination for all your manicure and military needs.
The opposite of scary female. Good day, miss.
It's Mrs. actually. Mrs. Leisha Pelchester, of the Pelchesters. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Weren't you in Cloudy with a Chance of Meat and Balls?
No.
Shame, that's a family favourite of mine. Wait a second. Polchester? Shorty Polchester of Clatters United?
The very same.
Oh, Shorty. I've lost many a shilling to that overpaid, groin-injuring, overrated public tosspot. Say, wasn't he the one that got the entire English women's football team pregnant during a 2007 World Cup training session in the Algarve?
You didn't believe that story, did you? You're probably one of those guys that reads the papers.
So, you're the latest bit of crumpet that's masquerading as Shorty's missus, then?
The latest? The one and only, you mean? The love of Shorty's life?
But I thought Shorty was shacked up with some brunette tart that used to present the coveted 3 to 4 p.m. jewellery section of the PVC shopping channel. Just once I wish I could have been that 4-carat sovereign pendant depicting the entire cast of Hotel Babylon she was running her fingers over.
It was 8 carat, thank you very much.
That was you? Well, bugger me. So, you and Shorty are a happy pair then?
Totally. The press even have a name for us, you know, like Brangelina or Benifer. They call us Shisha.
Good job your name wasn't Kitty.
Silly. My name is Leisha.
Getting a head-to-toe makeover? Big night planned?
Every night's a big night when you're me, darling. Tonight I've managed to pull some strings and get us a romantic table for 2 at Sexy Chic Shayla Buffet.
Bedroom eyes from Shorty and a steaming trough of warm meat. That's actually on my bucket list.
Honey, it's on everybody's bucket list.
Getting a head-to-toe makeover? Big night planned?
Every night's a big night when you're me, darling. Tonight I've managed to pull some strings and get us a romantic table for 2 at Sexy Chic Shayla Buffet.
Bedroom eyes from Shorty and a steaming trough of warm meat. That's actually on my bucket list.
Honey, it's on everybody's bucket list.
Ciao, darling.
Mwah, mwah.
Ew, have to shake out the nail clippings somewhere along the way. I'm Detective Inspector Hector. I'm investigating a terrorist attack that occurred earlier today.
Are you now? Well, I don't mind telling you, I have a bit of a thing for the good guys. I'd love to find out what's really behind the badge.
Oh, bugger. Not one of these conversations. Are you the owner of this establishment?
I am indeed. Doreen's the name. Pleasure to meet you.
Well, you don't know that yet, do you?
Well, you're pleasurable to my eye so far.
You really think so?
I'll try anything once.
What sort of services do you offer out?
Our services include manicures, pedicures, oiling, barrel scouring, waxing, tanning, reloading, calibrating, head and hand massage, firing pin or hair replacement and therapy.
What sort of therapy?
Anything from aroma to post-traumatic stress.
Would you mind examining an item I have in my possession?
Oh, I'll examine anything you like, big stuff.
Look, I thought very hard about that last sentence to phrase it in a way that you couldn't possibly think I was flirting with you. If I'd said, would you mind running your hands over me weapon, it would have been a totally different story.
I don't know what you're on about.
I'll need to know if you've retained any record of who purchased this rifle.
Very bad shape. Yeah, I remember this one. Took me a while to get the shaft sprung correctly. I'm sure you don't have that problem, officer.
Oh. Do you know who last acquired it?
I might. Over there I have a filing cabinet with all the signed sales receipts from the past 30 days. but I operate on a strict privacy guarantee with all my customers.
Oh, just what I need. An honest criminal. Seriously, I need that information.
I can't just hand over my keys to any man who walks in off the street. I get repeat business because I'm faithful to my customers. I'm just a faithful kind of girl. Except when I'm not.
Oh, cripes. Do you do gift vouchers?
We do. Available on request after a 3-day waiting period and full background check.
Do you have a license to sell weapons?
Of course I do. I'm legal. Barely.
I don't need any beauty treatment.
Let me see your hands.
I'm not comfortable with you touching me.
Oh, come on. Just one, then. Ooh, nasty. Your skin definitely needs a bit of rejuvenation. We offer an intensive therapy for dry, parched, powder-burned hands. An exfoliating sweet pomegranate hot oil treatment followed by a moisturising warm towel massage. And a complimentary 23-round extension of your shotgun.
I don't need any guns either.
If you're unsure, we can make it easy for you. Take our What Firearm Suits Your Lifestyle questionnaire.
Any specials today?
I recommend the Sniper's Combo. Pick one item of precision artillery and we'll throw in a relaxing eye therapy session and a hand massage. Remember to breathe out as you squeeze the trigger.
Any other specials?
Surveillance special. That's a pair of night vision goggles and an ear candling.
Doreen,
I like you, Hector. It's undeniable there's chemistry between us.
the only thing between us is a glass cabinet full of merkins and a sense of awkwardness.
You really want access to my private records? Let's just say I'm willing to be persuaded.
By records, you actually mean the physical ones with customer signatures on.
Oh, it'll be physical, all right. Geez, you never let up with your flirting, do you?
I can assure you that's the last thing I'm doing. Oh, are you asking me out?
No, you're asking me out. I've got something you want, and you've got something I want.
What do I have, dare I ask, that you want?
I'd like to learn more about your interrogation techniques.
Oh, I'll bring me truncheon.
Oh, now you're talking.
Isn't there a much less contrived way of gaining access to your files?
Afraid not. If you really want to impress me, why don't you take me out for a nice dinner?
Depends on what you mean by nice. I know a nice little kebab place down on...
Oh, detective. You don't impress a girl with a kebab.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but what if it's a particularly thick and meaty one?
Gonna have to do better than that.
Damn, I was sure that would occur. Just lingering, thanks. I'm an alpha male! Get me out of here! I'm an alpha male! Great, now I smell like lavender. There's got to be something wrong with any meat product you can drink. Never know when you're going to need a mitt full of dead bugs. I'd like a pound of bollocks, please, my good man.
A pound of... Wait a minute! I know that voice! Hector, you old truffle pig. Still snuffling around in the offal, I see.
How's the bloodlust, beef cheeks? Slaughtered anything hairy lately?
Well, I never. Old Hector, it's been a while since you graced these parts. You gone veggie or something?
Not a chance. Still as carnivorous as ever. The preferred mealtime dish is still meat with a side order of meat, washed down with a glass of meat.
I take it your lunchtime bite is still the classic Hector sandwich?
Indeed it is. One slice of buttered bread between two slabs of cooked egg.
Oh, Hector, we shared such fond meat-themed good times. I've yet to meet anyone that appreciates a boneless shin as much as you do. Now, what can I do for you, old friend?
You've always been my go-to guy on meat-connected cases, right?
Aye, we've had some fantastic, disgusting times, haven't we?
You're not kidding. Remember the Cenopod Savaloid case?
Hector, we swore we'd never speak of it again. A one-off, and never to be repeated jolly. If it's anything like Cenopod, the answer is no.
Listen, Kentuckan, I need you to take a look at something for me.
Seems I've done more favours for you than I've had gristle in me teeth.
Well, don't forget, I did let you in on one of the only two methods of how to legally kill someone.
Only I wish I knew that before they put me away for 12 years. You still haven't told me the second method.
Maybe one of these days.
I'll hold you to that. Now, what have you got?
Get your schnozzle round that. Tell me what you make of it.
Oh, interesting. Narrowing it down, the protein traces are a young breed, continental European, possibly Charolais.
What about the sauce itself?
Well, the sauce-based ingredients are from a recognisable supply, but have been simmered in a large vat, made in bulk, and filled out with cheap white vinegar.
I don't need a full ingredients list, just take a swing at it.
If I had to make a call, I'd say it has all the hallmarks of Chez Le Buffet restaurant.
Except?
Something tells me it's not their usual in-house formula. It's been a while since I tore up a Hereford Angus in there, but judging by this, their quality has considerably dropped. Anyway, that's about as close as I'm gonna get you.
Thanks, old friend.
Don't mention it to anyone. Seriously, though, don't.
Do you supply to Chez Le Buffet?
No longer. When they said they were expanding into a new business venture, exploiting every part of the carcass, including the hoof, I had to draw a line.
You never told me you had standards.
What can I say? Beef is my life.
Ah, Dunderbeck, there's more to life than meat, you know.
Oh, Hector, you say the funniest things sometimes.
So, still business as usual.
Oh, they keep sending out these pesky health inspectors.
How are you still open?
Funny, they never seem to make it back to head office to process their findings. Word of advice, to your ears only, dear Hector. Avoid the second sail bin on the left, marked veal.
You look good. Have you lost weight?
You're not kidding, shed 14 stone last month.
Holy mother. Atkins?
No, the divorce papers finally went through.
What's the latest on the block?
Have you tried the warm black pudding frappuccino in the slushy machine behind you?
Sounds, wholesome.
Just the thing on a chilly winter day after a meat pudding. I'm in a good mood. Take as much as you like.
Meat pudding?
Good, wholesome fat wrapped around tender carcass extremity offcuts in a delicious sauce of blood, gristle, and selected herbs. Warmed in the oven for 6 hours, then iced.
Can't be any worse than your briskets and cream.
You'd be surprised.
Got any wafer thin ham?
You insult me. You should know I don't make any cuts under 5 inches. Try Valueland, pansy.
Always a pleasure.
Don't be a stranger.
Arspits in blood. I swear that sausage just moved.